Mr. Masse, you also have 2.5 minutes.
Mr. Chair, thank you again. I'll follow up on that that vein there because it's an important issue this committee actually dealt with before. It was Bill C-25, and it looked at the Canadian Business Corporations Act, and it was the inclusion of women and visible minorities on boards of directors in Canada. We went with a model of comply and explain for the boardrooms of Canada to report on versus out of mandates or percentages. Could we get perhaps an update as to how we're doing in that regards? That was about 4 or 5 years ago with then the former Minister of Industry, and want to know where we're at with that. That would be important to get an update, especially with March 8th coming up.
No, thank you very much, and thank you, Mr. Masse, because you're always a leader on these issues. I would say one of the things I'm proud, and I can take no credit apart from it's our government, but the previous Minister of Industry, Science and Innovation, launched the 50-30 challenge. And one thing that I did, so 50% women in key decision position in companies and 30% of minorities. And I think this is really transforming in a very positive way Canada. When I joined, we were below the 1,000 mark, and we pushed that to well beyond 1,000 companies who are subscribing to this pledge, which I think that anyone who's been in business, and I think Mr. Généreux and others, we know that diversity and inclusion makes a huge difference in terms of it's not only the right thing to do, but it's the smart thing to do if you just want to look at the bottom line. And so I'm very proud, and we're going to continue to push that because we know this is one way to make sure that we succeed in the economy of the 21st century. And one thing I just add, and I know time is limited, but the question that I get the most is not can we support financially companies, but do you have enough talent to support our growth? This was exactly the same question that the Japanese investor asked me this morning. It was not about the grant or the subsidy. Said, do you have enough talent for us to come in Canada? So I think that we need to use all the talent to succeed in the 21st century.
Could we get your commitment, and then perhaps with the committee's analysts, to get an update as to where we're at with that? I haven't seen it brought up very much. It's one of the things that doesn't seem to get a lot of attention, but was pretty important. And so, could we get that commitment? Because again, March is an important month for equality, and it would be good to get at least some modern stats to see whether the model that we went towards is successful or not.
Definitely, and I will commit to the committee. I was talking to the officials as you were asking the question. These statistics are available, and Mr. Chair will make them available to the committee ahead of this very special date. So I'm looking at the Deputy Minister, and I'd like to take the opportunity to thank the officials because I think all the three ministers here are nodding. Nothing is possible without them, and I think as parliamentarians we should all applaud them for the outstanding work they're doing on this file, but many other files.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, how much time do I have left?
You're over by 45 seconds, so thank you.